Ronaldo gets the ball and passes on to Zlatan. Zlatan then passes the ball to Messi, and then Messi passes the ball back to Zlatan, and many such passes are exchanged. Now it was pretty easy for me to explain this to you diagrammatically. But what if I wanted to explain this to a computer? The computer will not understand diagrams. So we make a small table on the right with 3 rows and 3 columns. We can have Ronaldo, Messi and Zlatan as rows. And to know who the ball was passed to, we have Ronaldo, Messi and Zlatan as columns. We all know what Zlatan is capable of, but let's assume the players can't pass the ball to themselves. So these 3 elements will be 0. There is one arrow going from R towards M, so we write a 1 here, and there's just one pass from Ronaldo to Zlatan. Similarly, we fill the rest of the slots. What we see here is nothing but a matrix. It is nothing but an array of elements, something which a computer can decode. And it summarizes the entire warm-up session. Adding up all the numbers here will give us the total number of passes, and it also tells us the direction of the passes. Don't you wish matrices were taught like this in school?
So,
Ronaldo, Messi and Zlatan are warming up before.
this was the video, and still you guys, if still you guys have any doubt, so it will be clear afterwards. I will be explaining application of matrix further, but now I would like to call Amzamir to explain types of matrices.
Clapping for Sharia, please.
So my topic is types of matrices. As from what Sharia told us and the video told us, matrices is basically data or the collection and representation of data for easier understanding and for easier calculations. So now I'm going to be explaining type of matrices to you and how they are interlinked with that data. So first of all, there is a row matrix. Row matrix can be defined as any matrix which has one row and n number of columns. So any number of columns, but the important thing is one row. So 1, 2, and 4, for example. And then there is column matrix. Column matrix can be defined as any matrix with one column and n number of rows. So it could be like 1, 2, 4. Now, if you look at this, we can understand what row and column matrix is, but what does it really mean? So these two things explain to us about rows and columns. Now, I will be explaining rows and columns in an example. For example, we have a table in which there is name of students. It is a result card. There is name of students. And then in front of every name, there are marks of their respected subjects. So like, for example, maths and English here. Now, what a column is doing, as you can see, is it is telling us about different whole concepts. Like if you're looking at this column, Ali, Shahriyar, and Saad, they are 3 different things, whole different things, and they are being represented in columns. As you can see in this column, there will be different marks of each subject. So there are whole different things. But when you're looking at at rows, you can see association with each other. Here, Ali, and then what is his marks in maths, what is his marks in English, and so on. So we can say that in columns, there are different things of one kind. But in rows, those things are connected to each other through different associations. Now I will explain singleton matrix. Singleton matrix can be defined as any matrix with one element. Now I will be explaining to you with an example. Let's say this is the result, and one of the students, let's say Sadabir, has a problem with his marks. So he wants to approach you and ask about his marks. You know that he is going to approach you and only he is going to approach you because he has some problem with his marks. So you will prepare only one paper, only one answer for him, that will be his marks. So you don't need to prepare much data because you know what you have to present and it is a one thing. So when it is a concise data, when it is just one data which is whole and there are no associations needed, we can present that data in a singleton matrix. But then in rectangular matrices and square.
Okay, thank you so much. Clapping for Amdamit. For example, you are talking about score, then you should mention only single subject score. For example, mathematics. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, only mathematics. You should
Yes, sir.
Now, if you are English, only one element.
Yes, sir. Only you because you are teaching calculus.
Yeah,
only for math and
Okay,
Sadabir.
that's pretty good. I'm clapping for it. Yeah.
So now, if there is problem of different students, more than one student, like Shahryar and Saad and maybe some more others, 10 students have problem with your, even just your subject. You know that 10 students have problem, so you will have to prepare 10 number of datas. And Saad will have one paper, Shahryar will have one paper, and the other students will have one paper. So the data would look something like
That's okay.
So the data would look something like this. Shahryar, Saad, and then 2 marks because there are 2 students. So you will have to prepare a data with multiple dimensions. And as you can see here, equal number of students and equal number of subjects. So when there is an equal number of data on both columns and rows, it becomes a square matrix. But if there is an extra student here, like let's say Abdul Salam, and then Shahryar, and then Saad Abid, so they will have, it will be 3 students but only one paper. And so 1, 2, and 4. Now as you can see, it is not a square matrix because the number of data is not equal. One field of data is longer and one is shorter. So there will be a rectangular matrix. Now the other type of matrix was zero matrix and one matrix of ones. So zero matrix and matrix of ones is basically matrices with either zero matrix is a matrix which contains all 0, and matrix of 1 is which contains all ones. For matrix of 0, if as we prepared our exams but were not very good in it, and if we all failed this calculus or linear algebra course, then we will all get 0. So if there is everyone is wrong and everyone fails, so we get some sort of data where it is the same data but everyone is on the lower side or the fail side or the off side. So the value is 0. But in the matrix of ones, it can also be defined as any data in which all the results are same. If we all studied perfectly and we all aced our exams, we all had full marks, it would not matter that we all had full marks because relatively that means we are all the same and we have 0 difference between one another. So matrix of 1 and matrix of 0 are basically the same thing in a way because there is no difference between any of these elements, and so the difference cannot be differentiated from these 2 matrices in elements. So it can be like this. And the last one was identity
So
matrix.
This is not, sorry, can you explain again? The one matrix is having 0, 0 elements, so none of student is passed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in the second case, 1, 1, 1 mean shows what?
Everyone has same number of score. So if everyone has same number of score, there is no difference between the scores.
Score.
Then because we are in a
No
relative
variation.
system, it does not matter if we are all failing or we are all having the same marks. Because if there is no difference, then everyone is equal to 0.
Then what, the first one represent the 0, other one maybe represent some kind of 1?
Yes, sir.
A determinant should be equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
But determinant should be equal to 0 or?
What was
Very
it?
interesting thing here. In the first case,
Yes, sir.
once all the elements are 0,
Yes.
determinant is
Is
what?
equal to 0.
In the second case,
1 ones are 1 and minus 1, so it is also 0.
determinant is
Yes,
0.
sir. So it means there is
very
no.
strong
Yes,
logic
sir.
behind it. So what's the logic?
Sir, because there is no difference between the elements. It is all relative, sir.
No change, you mean no
Yes,
change?
sir. There is no change
But this
between.
does not mean, for example, all of you are getting 100 out of 100. This does not mean that all of you are failed.
Sir, that is why there are two different representations. It does not mean we are failed, but it also means that we are. It does not matter if we have all failed or we have all perfect marks, because if there is no difference, if there is no rate of change, then because we are studying in a relative GPA thing, so both are equal.
There is another case. For example, there is only passing and failing.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
For example, some students are attaining 100, some students are attaining 60 out of 100.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but after 50, okay, everyone is considered to be passed. So the situation is this: all of you are very genius, and you are having some kind of a passing score more than 50 score.
Yes, sir.
So then in this case, PPP are 1, 1, 1, 1 representing pass,
Pass.
0 representing fail.
Fail.
So in this situation, what you will say?
So what will I say about what, sir?
Yeah, about the second matrix, then in that case that all the students are having same score.
Yes, sir.
It will not show any kind of variation. You say it's the same thing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm asking, you said that in the case of 0 and both the matrices are showing some kind of similar behavior.
Yes, sir.
And you proved it with the help of determinants.
Yes, sir.
The first determinant 0, second determinant 0.
Yes, sir.
But there is, I do not agree with it. Did you say, okay, okay, I'm sorry, I will explain it. It's not your job, it's my job. Okay, thank you so much.
Sir,
But you
one-
got, okay, I'm now want to ask some question, yes please.
Sir, he's saying that these are the same matrices, but what if we can say the null matrix to the second matrix as well? Like on the determinant basis, we say just by seeing the matrix.
They're showing same behavior. I don't say they're the same matrices. They're showing some kind of same
You
behavior.
said, previously you said same matrix, now you said.
Sir, can I-
That's okay, that's okay. Okay, Danish want to ask one question. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Danish.
ये इसमें सिर्फ या 0 है या 1 है, हमें किस तरह पता रहेगा कि किसके मार्क्स कौन से हैं?
पास फेल की बात
अगर सारे एक जैसे हैं, ठीक है, तो ये अभी मार्क्स वाला हिसाब सबके मार्क्स से डिसाइड हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे. ये वो नहीं हो रहा रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ डाटा इन स्टूडेंट और उस हिसाब से. ये सिर्फ मार्क्स हैं 0 0 0 या 1 जी.
ना हमें पता है ये मैथमेटिक्स है, इसमें कहानी नहीं चलती कहानी का लॉजिक चलता है. That's okay, pretty good, smart boy. Yes, very well done.
Sir, अपनी तरफ से-
This is my job, I
अपनी तरफ से
respect.
कोशिश
Very
करो.
well done, very well done. Clap it for himself.
अगर ये सिर्फ मार्क्स हैं तो अगर हमने किसी स्पेसिफिक स्टूडेंट के मार्क्स चेंज करने हैं तो हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कि कौन से स्टूडेंट के वो वाले हैं तो उनको चेंज करना है?
मुझे नहीं पता. आप देख लेना, कोशिश कर लेना. आपने प्रोग्राम बनाया था ना, उसमें डाल के चेक कर लेना, शायद आ जाए. ठीक है. सर अब हैकल करना अच्छी बात तो नहीं है ना. ये हैकलिंग कर रहा है ना सर.
देखिए कोई बात नहीं ना, बचे हैं सारे. मैं खड़ा हूँ, आप लोग सवाल पूछे, मैंने कहा मुझे नहीं आता अक्सर नहीं आता. कम मान लो कि you are presenting very well. Clap for Hamza. Nice response, okay? Nice response to that. चॉकलेट दो
उसको बाद में दे दो।
Okay, done clapping. Thank you so much. Please.
So sir, there is one more matrix, that is identity matrix. It can be also defined as one of the basic matrices. When you put data into this matrix, any new matrix is formed. But to explain this in form of example, again, I will be using if we have different marks and then we find percentage and multiply it, what happens? So,
Silence. No, blackboard on them.
Next slide.
I think there is some. Okay, now very heavy graphics.
So, identity matrix.
Check the pen, yes. Now go to the next slide. Next, next. Okay.
Yeah. So, let's say so I said that this is kind of a basic matrix, and if we add data into it, it is the formation of different other. Whenever we make matrix, we can make matrices by identity matrix. So let's say I explain this as a formula that calculates GPA. Okay, so whenever you have finalized all the marks, and then you have a percentage. So whenever you have a percentage, you can multiply that percentage with this matrix, and then you will get 4, 0, 0, and 4. And let's say you also have another which is 3. So now we have two different matrices of two different percentages. Now, if we find the determinant of this matrix will be 16, and the determinant of this matrix will be 9. And if we also find out 2 and 1 and 0, we know it will be the squares. So now if we put this on the graph, so this is 1, 2, 3. So let's say this is 4, 8, 12, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16. So with the first value, when we try to put it on the graph, so it is 4 and 4. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, you got that thing. So 4 and 4, so the value will be somewhat like this. And for the second value, that is 9, the value will be somewhat here. So now we can find that if let us assume that 4, as we know 4 GPA is the highest, that 4 GPA or this percentage of matrix will be the highest. So we can say that this is the highest point, and we know that 0, if we multiply 0 with it, this will be 0, 0, 0, 0, and the point will be somewhat here. So we can conclude that the GPA that will be found by multiplying any of this will be between 4 and 0. And so whatever the finalized result will be, when we will put in this, we will have somewhat of a result, and we can compare it with the other, with this chart or graph, and we can find which is higher, which is lower. And so it will be kind of converting it into a GPA.
Okay, you mean to say we are using identity matrix
Yes, sir.
for getting a graph of the grades?
Yes, sir.
Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the logic here? You are using 2 by 2 matrix, okay? Suppose we are considering an identity matrix, but of the 3-dimensional.
सर उसका भी डिटर्मिनेंट जो है सर वो इसी तरह एक स्ट्रेट लाइन में आएगा सर.
But I think it's.
So it will be somewhat of somewhat of a explanation or visualization of where the.
You mean to say you will get a 3D graph.
Yes, sir.
If you will use the identity matrix of 3-dimensional things, 3-dimensional elements, then you will get a 3D graph. Okay, good. So this is the scaling basically, x-axis and y-axis scaling, but with respect to the scalar value. You are multiplying any scalar value with any identity matrix. You will arrange the ascending or descending order. Okay, good. Very well done. Clapping for Hamza. If there is any question, please ask to him, please. He is very good boy. He will not show rude behavior. Okay, just ask. Okay, he will offer chocolate. Okay, for his crime. He will a little bit. Okay, you may ask any question. Yes, Hamza. We are for learning. Okay, see, we are for learning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. So any question, please? No. Okay, yeah, you can proceed further. Thank you.
So let's start with the explain that.
Okay. Okay, you can extend its full version. There is a full version. Okay, so you can second. No, load left. This one, click it. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. It's clapping for Ahmed. Come on. Ahmed is having such a lot of That's okay. Please. Okay, now please. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So, as you all guys are genius, I don't need to tell you these kind of operations. These following are the basic operations of matrices: addition, subtraction, and multiplication.